Namaskar, Saligrama Astro consulting for you. I am Niranjan Kaushik presenting you today the topic on Jamakool Aruda Prashna. Now, what is Jamakool Aruda Prashna? Jamakool Aruda Prashna is a tool to basically cast a chart on the querent's Prashna at a given time. The astrologer uses his place and makes out a chart, and he gives the reading of the chart as per the time. So in the absence of a birth chart, this tool is very precise in giving the answers in yes or no for a particular query. Jamakool Aruda Prashna was used extensively in Tamil Nadu. Even now, it is used in Tamil Nadu and southern parts of Karnataka. Jamakool Aruda Prashna differs from other Prashna tools. Even though there is no mention of Jamakool Aruda Prashna in Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra, but it has a remote linkage to Prashna Marga of Kerala tradition. The temple astrologers in the south, they even now use Jamakool Aruda Prashna chart to answer straightaway questions. Jamakool, what is Jama and what is Kool? Jama is a time of 1.5 hours and Kool is the planet. So both put together, it is the time factor and the planet. Basically, this type of prediction depends on the Hora. We have this Hora rising every day from sunrise. So, Jamakool Aruda Prashna depends on the Hora, and the sequence of the Jamakool planet is that of the Rahu column table, which is widely followed in southern parts of India. Now, Jamakool Aruda Prashna has got certain components, and these components I will explain you in my further slides. Now, this slide says that scriptural approval, as I mentioned you, it does not have any direct mention in Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra. Even KP Astrology integrated now with Nadi and modern tools, we are able to use Jamakool Aruda Prashna more precisely. Now, Jamakool Aruda Prashna is a trending topic. When you see the YouTube, this Prashna system has got many videos wherein in Hindi it is explained thoroughly. But certain terminologies used are of a local nature, and you have to understand each and every components in detail which are used in this type of a Prashna chart. Now, the key features of this Prashna chart, it is very quick and clear answers you will derive. And direct questions, you get a direct answer like yes or no. And it is useful in emergency or uncertain situations. Now, what these emergency and uncertain situations are? Like if a querent comes and inquires about his relative in a hospital in a very serious condition, or if somebody has met with an accident, what are his survival chances? These are uncertain situations and emergency. And this is a fantastic tool to answer whether he will survive or not survive, whether the operation will be a success or a failure. So many people use this as a tool, and this system is strongly intuitive and it is very spiritual, and it is now widely practiced by the temple astrologer of the southern part of India. Now, how it works? Like all other Prashna charts, even Jamakool Aruda Prasannam chart depends on the time of the query. The astrologer notes the exact time of the query and he can basically uh, make out a chart at any point of time incorporating the time of the query, but the place has to be the astrologer's place. The place of the querent is not at all given importance in this type of charts. Supposing you have a querent from Delhi and he is asking a question about his son's success in the competitive examination. Then you mark the time of that question, but the place of the question will be the place of the astrologer, that you, where you reside, you will have to put that place. He will prepare a chart and he will offer very quick predictions saying yes, no, if there is a delay or a success or any obstacles are there. So examples of use. Usually questions like will this marriage happen? Will I get the job? Can the lost item be recovered? Is this a good time to start business? Excuse me. Will the missing person come back? So such questions are answered very precisely and exactly. I will try to explain you the components of Jamakool Aruda Prashna. It might be for the first time you are listening these components like Aruda, Udayam and Kavippu. But I think all astrologers or students of astrology must be familiar with the word Aruda. Aruda finds its way in Gemini system, and Aruda means a seat above or sitting up. So Aruda is different from Lagna. Aruda Lagna is different from normal Lagna. In Aruda Lagna, somebody else perceives what you are. In Lagna, you only know what you are. So the world might think a different image about yourself, but you will have your own image. So what somebody perceive you does not mean that you are the same character. So Aruda is a Maya and Lagna is reality. Now Udayam. Udayam is another Lagna which is mentioned in this type of Prashna chart. So there are two Lagnas. One is Aruda Lagna and the other one is Udaya Lagna. Usually in Prashna charts you will have only one Lagna or ascendant. But here this type of chart uses two Lagnas. One is Aruda Lagna and the other one is Udayam. Now the third and very important component of Jamakool Aruda Prashna system is Kavippu. What is Kavippu? This is also called as Chatra. Kavippu or Chatra, it shows the hidden matters and it shows the thought of the querent. and this gives precise predictions about stolen items, about missing persons, etc. and etc. So Kavippu is given very important, very much important is given to Kavippu in this type of a Prashna chart. Now Aruda Lagna, by analyzing Aruda Lagna, you will know about the past situation of the querent. Udayam will give you the present and the future conditions and future, what do you say, the answers for his queries. Kavippu, it is a sort of negation basically for the queries asked. For example, if a native or your client comes and asks you, will I get promotion in my job? And if Kavippu is any way associated with the 10th house, then surely he will not get the job. Supposing if there is a question about marriage, will I marry? Will my marriage happen in this year? Then marriage is signified by the 7th house. And if Kavippu is sitting in the 7th house or it is connected with the 7th lord, then it is totally ruled out. It cannot happen, even though the 7th lord might be in exaltation or he might be placed in Kendra or Kona. That does not come into picture at all. Kavippu, in other words, Kavippu is equal to 10 Rahus. The hidden aspect of the querent that is exposed in Kavippu. Like Vedic astrology, you have the hidden house, 8th house, and which is the hidden Rashi, Scorpio or Vrishchika is the hidden Rashi. So it acts as the 8th house. So if you have to study Kavippu very deeply, then it can give you so many other indications. Now, Aruda. How is Aruda calculated? See this chart. This is a South Indian Rashi chart, a chart which has 12 houses. And from Aries, it shows 0 to 5 minutes and it ends with 55 to 60 minutes in Pisces. Now, imagine that you are looking at a clock and the clock has two hands. One is the hour hand and the other one is the minute hand. You discard the hour hand and only take the minute hand into consideration. Supposing the query is asked at 10:44 a.m. as per this slide. So you just discard 10 and take 44 minutes. So 40 to 45 minutes falls in Dhanur Rashi or Sagittarius. So you have to fix Aruda here. So Aruda is traveling every 5 minutes from one Rashi to the other Rashi and it takes 60 minutes to complete one cycle of 360 degrees. So you have 12 Arudas. So after finishing one cycle, the second cycle starts. So it keeps on happening. So this is how Aruda is fixed. Now, coming to Kavippu, how Kavippu is calculated? Kavippu is calculated on the basis of the path of the sun. What is the path of the sun? When sun travels in Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, it is known as Meshavidhi or Aries path. When sun travels in Virgo, Libra, Pisces and Aries, it is known as Vrishabhavidhi or Taurus path. And when sun travels in Scorpio, Saggi, Capricorn, and Aries or Mesha, it is Mithuna Vidhi. It is known as Gemini path of the sun. So when the question is asked, find out where the sun is, in which Rashi it is. In this example, sun is in Libra. So which is the path of the sun? When sun is placed in Libra, it is in Vrishabha Vidhi or Taurus path. So now count from Aruda. Where is the Aruda? Aruda is in the 10th house here. Now count from Aruda to the Vrishabha Vidhi. This is since it is Vrishabha Vidhi, you have to count from Aruda the houses till Vrishabha or Taurus. Now see, this is Aruda Lagna. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So 5 houses are there from Aruda Lagna. So now count from Udaya Lagna the same 5 houses. This is Udaya Lagna. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So Kavippu is placed in the Scorpio, the 5th house from Udaya Lagna. This is how Kavippu is calculated. Now in this chart you can see that Udaya and Aruda, Kavippu are all shown. The relationship is very important between Aruda Lagna and Udaya Lagna. Here Aruda Lagna and Udaya Lagna are opposite to each other. So that is very much counted when the query is asked. If Aruda and Udaya Lagna falls in 6, 8 and 12, then the question might not happen. That is, the result will be negative. But at the same time, when Aruda and Udaya are in mutual Kendra or Kona, the answer to the question will be very positive, provided you take care of Kavippu. Supposing there is a question and Aruda and in Udaya Lagna, Kavippu is there, then that question, there will be a negation, 100% negation in that question. So like that, if you correlate both the Lagnas, that is Aruda Lagna and Udaya Lagna, and with Kavippu, you can find out many correct and precise answer to almost all the queries. Now for the sequence of Jamakool planets. As I was mentioning you about the Jamakool planets, why this system is known as Jamakool? I just told you that each Jama is 1.5 hours and the planet takes 1.5 hours to travel from one Rashi to the other Rashi. Jamakool planets has a fixed arrangement, sequential arrangement, like first Sun, Mars, Jupiter, Mercury, Venus, Saturn, Moon, and Rahu and Ketu. This sequence is not disturbed, and the names in Tamil is also given in this column. So Sunday refers to Sun, Sun refers to Sunday, Mars refers to Tuesday, Jupiter Thursday, Mercury Wednesday. So you all know the significance of the planet versus the day. But one important thing to be noted, this sequential pattern is due to the Rahu column on such days. So as per the Rahu column table, the planet finds its sequence. So this sequence is not disturbed at all. In this slide, Jamakool planets do not occupy movable sign. What do you mean by that? See, Aries, Chara, Stira, Dviswabhava, Chara, Stira, Dviswabhava, Chara Rashi, Stira Rashi, Dviswabhava Rashi, Chara, Stira, Dviswabhava. You see, all movable signs or Chara Rashi are empty. So Jamakool planets will not find its way in this movable signs. It will be only in the fixed sign and the dual signs. So from the sunrise, the Jamakool planets takes its journey 6 to 7:30. It always begins from Meena Rashi or Pisces. From 6 to 7:30 it is in Pisces. From 7:30 to 9 it is in Aquarius. From 9 to 10:30 it is in Sagittarius. From 10:30 to 12 it is in Scorpio. From 12 to 1:30 it is in Virgo. From 1:30 to 3 it is in Leo. From 3 to 4:30 it is in Gemini, and from 3:30 to 6 and 4:30 to 6, sorry, it is wrongly written here, it is 4:30 to 6, it is in Taurus. So this is one cycle of Jamakool. Have you seen an important thing here in the sequence? See, the Jamakool planet is traveling anti-clockwise, that is in the retrograde motion. So in Prashna charts, usually all the planets travel in clockwise direction or it has a direct motion. But here in Jamakool planets, it has got a retrograde motion. And the next slide, it will show you how Jamakool planets are placed and how they are traveled. These are the outer planets, which is known as the Jamakool planets. And there will be planets inside this Rashi table, which are known as the transitory planets. So inside planets will travel normally in a direct motion, and Jamakool planet will travel in the anti-clockwise motion. Here, in normal transit position, you must be knowing that it will be very hard for a planet to catch the Lagna. But here, since the Jamakool planet moves in an anti-clockwise direction, it can easily catch the Lagna of the transitory planets. Okay, because Lagna rules 2 hours in normal Rashi chart, but in Jamakool planet, I told you Aruda Lagna changes from 5 minutes. That is Udaya Lagna changes every 5 minutes. So this is plotted thinking that on Sunday we are making out a chart. As I told you, Sunday belongs to Sun. So his journey will start from Pisces. So Sun will stay in Pisces for 1.5 hours. After 1.5 hours, he will come to Aquarius. Then he will skip this Rashi and he will come to Sagittarius. From Sagittarius, Scorpio. He will skip this movable Rashi. Then he will go to Virgo. From Virgo, he will go to Cancer. From Cancer, he will go to Gemini. From Gemini, he will go to Taurus. So this is how the Sun will have a retrograde motion in the Jamakool chart. So when Sun comes down to one Rashi, moves down to one Rashi, then Mars will also come down. So like that, all the planets keeps on rotating. Now Udayam. Udayam, rules to calculate Udayam. Udayam is a bit lengthy process of calculation because here there are certain rules laid down for the calculation of Udayam. You take the sunrise and the sunset of the place of the astrologer and not of the querent. As I told you, when a query is posed to you, you note down the time and the place is as per the astrologer. So you have to note down the sunrise and sunset of that place. Motion of the sun is considered 1 degree. So sun moves 1 degree. Okay. Udaya Lagna is of 1 hour as against 2 hours for normal Lagna in Rashi chart. Everybody knows that in Rashi chart the Lagna moves every 2 hours approximately, And in Jamakool Prashna chart, Udayam moves 1 hour. Time taken for Udaya Lagna to move 1 degree is 2 minutes. In Rashi chart, it is 4 minutes. So all these calculations, the software makes it very simple, and at the press of a button, you will have the chart in front of you. But it is always good to know and understand the method of calculation. Otherwise, you will not know the logic behind such calculations. So, friends, I have given you in a nutshell what Jamakool planets and what this system of Jamakool Aruda Prashna Shastra is all about, which was propounded by a Jain Muni in that area, that is the Tamil Nadu area, and it was further decoded by Chidambaram Iyer, a famous astrologer there, and he had translated many scriptures like Brihad Jataka and Paladipika and Shat Panchakshari. So all these scriptures were translated in English by him, and so he took a lot of pain in translating the Jamakool Aruda system, Prashna system into English also. So I have given you a profile picture of how this system works. There are so many other calculations, the state of the planets, whether they are exalted or whether they are debilitated, whether there is a parivartana, all these are basically to be seen while giving a prediction. Otherwise, your prediction will go wrong and haywire. So, for this particular uh, chapter, I am preparing a module and I will be teaching in length and will be holding classes. So you can contact me online classes for beginners and practitioners. Learn with real-time examples. You can contact me on WhatsApp. I have even I have in my channel the detailed links of my Facebook, Telegram, and WhatsApp. So you can always feel free to contact me to learn more about Jamakool. It is a subject in itself so that you can give a very accurate predictions along with the tools which are present in KP astrology, Nadi astrology, and other tools of astrology. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.